Hi, my name is Marin. I'm an RA over in Cinnamon Lodge up on Upper Campus.
I'm RA Brittany Berry of Pickering Hall.
Hi, I'm Mark Edward Campbell II. I am an air coordinator here at the CIA in Hyde Park. I oversee Rosenthal Hall and Pick Herndon Hall.
Denver Henry, RHD of Angel Hall.
Okay.
19.
So since we got back to campus, lots of things have changed, both in the way we used to do stuff has been changed, and things have been added which we never did before in the first place. So mostly it's about contact with students. As RAs, we're supposed to reach out to students and be in contact with them and get to know everyone. But now we're at a time where we're kind of not supposed to get together and not supposed to meet people. So it's kind of a contradictory thing we got to deal with on a daily basis.
The role has changed of having a different set of responsibility. Before it was a lot more interactive before COVID. It was a lot of interaction, talking to your residents. I know I made a lot of personal connections with my residents because of how much I talk to them. But now it's different because I can't interact with them anymore. And now I don't have any residents on my floor. It's a little bit not the same. So it's hard to get used to, and it's a different set of responsibilities now because now you have to actually look out for people more than just being a personal connection. Now you have to actually look for their health, which isn't what you originally think you signed up for. Now you have to change your responsibilities towards that.
So the RA role has been greatly affected by COVID-19. So we would do so many things that involved, of course, our residents, which would be CDAs, getting to know them, knocking on doors, delivering them like baked goods, and we can't do that anymore with COVID-19. And what has greatly affected the RAs is programming. So all of our programming, for the most part, is virtual, which is tough because RAs got to know students so well to the folks that would go to the programs that happen every single week.
So I think we've really put a focus on making sure that the RAs are safe during this. Usually the RAs are the first responders and the first people that students come to. So we are trying to enforce a lot of policies that make sure the RAs are always, their safety is always the first interest. So we limited the amount of people in the office for them. We have procedures set up to where when they do go to a student's room, there are different protocols so that they don't have to fully go into the room. So yeah, those are just a few of the things that we've done.
Are RAs, or are you comfortable with the new changes?
I mean, the school has definitely made it so we feel safe, as students as general. And then also as RAs, they have changed their expectations and our duties. They've changed them so that we can do them in a safe way for our own safety as well. I mean, some things are more annoying, but at the same time, other things have been taken out. So we're not doing room inspections anymore, which is probably one thing less we have to do, or we do less in-person programs, which although maybe less fun as well, are also less work, or they're more accessible to do from your room in a more comfortable environment.
Over the general population, no, but I think that's a normal emotion for all of us to feel, is that it's kind of hard to get used to these times. So I think we're not used to it, but I think we're trying to make the best of it. So I think it's the whole thing of how we can look positive on the situation of not just only us, but making our residents feel better. So
I think RAs are warming up to the changes, and if I can only speak for the RAs on my staff, but they are very, very forthright in saying, hey, this is something that needs to be changed. And a lot of those ideas actually have become policies for all the RAs. Yeah. So I hope every RA does speak up about the changes, because it is a pandemic and affects everyone's health. So the more they speak up, the better it is for everyone.
And are pro staff comfortable with the changes that were made?
I think as comfortable as we can be, since this is ultimately our job. So if it was something that we are uncomfortable with, we do have the wherewithal to say, hey, this isn't for me, we can go find a new job. But for the most part, our changes are very, good. And I think what I love here is that our department is very open to changing something if it doesn't work. So if it doesn't work, we can make that change.
Some are, and some probably aren't. I think that there's sort of a mixed bag with it. I think that a lot of the RAs understand the changes and embrace them, and some kind of miss the hands-on experience that you get to have with residents. So it's just kind of like a toss-up with it. We're trying our best to keep as much as we can, but we also want to make sure everyone stays safe and everyone's good.
And are you comfortable with the changes?
Yeah, I am. I think that we're doing the best we can with the way the situation is, without completely changing or eliminating the RA position completely. So with the regulations that we have and the things that are happening right now in the world, I am happy with it. And there's not any room for suggestion or improvement that I can see, that I can think of. So.
And
Well, I mean, we've always been expected to enforce rules on policy or to at least like stand by them. But now it's the rules apply to everyone and they apply much more. So, whereas before we might have come over specific incidents, every day now we're seeing people who are either not wearing masks, like not doing stuff they should be doing. So we're like constantly surrounded by it, and we have more. I would say it's more like incidents or more like cases we have to talk to students about what they're doing, just because there's more examples of people not following the rules. But as RAs, like we're always in that position, whether it was like because of noise complaints or like drinking, whatever it might be. Now it's just changed a bit what we actually put more attention to, which is COVID.
awesome. Thanks.
They've been somewhat active in helping us trying to how we can better enforce the rules for COVID. One way is student health ambassador it's a little of a not rough but different situation we're used to of having us actually physically look out and talk to residents. Of course, social distancing, of making sure they have their mask on. But they've been doing pretty well. Mostly, they've been doing their best. So, yeah.
Yes, so the COVID rules are now part of the student code of conduct, and so RAs and all the areas do enforce that if someone doesn't have their mask on or if someone isn't social distancing, and any of the many other CIA and CDC guidelines. So the RAs do enforce that. I enforce that as well through the conduct process. So if an RA sees you not doing something, they're supposed to talk to you, and that does become an incident report, a COVID incident report, and then it's adjudicated by one of the area coordinators or one of the deans. So we're using them pretty strongly for enforcement on campus.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, RAs have always kind of been like police officers in a way, like mini police officers in enforcing the rules and keeping campus policies. So it's understandable that RAs have transitioned from like no drugs in your room, no alcohol in your room, to a more where's your mask, make sure you're not crowding the pants sort of thing. So I think the school has just kind of taken what RAs traditionally do and just used it for our new COVID scenario that we're in.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool.